All right, what is up, fellow Padre fans? I wanted to talk about today about the free agents that we could sign or trade for, and what positions the Padres need to fill in, and to get better to repeat to go to the playoffs again. So I did just make a video. I just recorded, and the I forgot to turn off my mic, so it's all muted. So I'm here for part two. Kind of frustrated right now, but let's just get into it. All right, the first player is Sam Huff. Today, he got designated by assignment by the Rangers at a pretty young age, at 26 years old. He's 6'4", 240 pounds, so he's a big guy. He doesn't have great defense, but he has some high exit velocity and he has some pop. So yeah, I don't really know because the Rangers don't really need any catchers right now because they have Higashioka and Heim. So Padres could pick this guy up as a secondary catcher for Luis Campisano, and I think he'd be a good fit for San Diego. He bats righty, so he can definitely smash in our ballpark. And if we just give him enough at bats to get comfortable, I think this could work out. And he's not. I don't know if I don't know about him, but he could maybe be a vibes guy like Higashioka or Austin Hedges. But if that doesn't work out with Sam Huff, I also think that we could sign James McCann. He's a great leader. He's a good backup catcher. He's with the Orioles last season, the backup for Rushman, and yeah, he's a very good leader. He can hit a little bit. Good defense. Um, I would say good guy to have. He's still a free agent. So Padres, if they want to get him, they would have to try to get him now before he's gone. But another guy that I would recommend the Padres should get in free agency is Martin Maldonado. I know he was like one of the worst players last season for the White Sox, but I mean he was on the White Sox, so and he had inconsistent playing time, so kind of makes sense. But the Padres could probably bring him back on track. Play a pretty good backup catcher. He has good defense. If that bat gets going, he's a solid guy with like a 730 OPS, what we're looking for. And yeah, that'd be perfect for us if we got that. And he's okay in the playoffs. He's not terrible. He strikes out a lot, and he'll be like the next Higgy, like low expectations. But if he does perform, then that's perfect for us. And he's a good clubhouse guy. He'd fit perfect for us. And the next guy is we need a left fielder, and I think we know what we're talking about is Jurickson Profar. Jurickson Profar, a very valuable piece of the Padres last season. He was like the heart of the team, and he's very clutch. He was batting like 500 with like bases loaded in like the ninth inning or something. Had the most crazy walk off I've ever seen in my life versus Nationals, and he's a fan favorite. I love Profar so much. Not like that, not like that. But as a baseball, watching this team with him, he had a breakout season last season with an 839 OPS, 134 OPS plus, 280 batting average, 24 home runs, and played a lot. He did get injured in like with like I think his knee or something, and like for a little bit for like a couple games, but that could be concerning. But he only plays good for the Padres, so I mean that kind of gives us like the benefit of the doubt about him going to other teams like the Yankees or like the Cincinnati Reds. I heard there are like rumors about him, but I think he really loves San Diego. You can tell he really wants to win for the fans, and he wouldn't be that expensive. He would be like 10 to 15 million for three. I think he wants a 3-year contract, which it sounds right because he's 30 years old. He wants to get paid. He didn't get paid in 2023 offseason because he was looking for a good contract, but couldn't find anything. And I think now because he had a really great season, Padres could really have him right now. The next guy is a first baseman slash DH we could use is Spencer Torkelson. Um, the rumors are we might trade Cronenworth or Rise or even maybe both. And Spencer Torkelson, he had a very bad season last season. He got demoted to the minors, only had 10 homers in 342 play appearances, and he's supposed to be a home run hitter. He was the number one overall pick a few years ago in the 2021 draft. Didn't really work out, and the Tigers just signed Gleyber Torres, and he's going to play second base. So that means Colt Keith is going to move to first, and that means there's no room for Spencer Torkelson. So I think they will probably try to ship him off. They're not going to really get a lot for him, but I think that's why the Padres could use him because the Padres farm system's kind of and I think they could trade for it maybe like their top 20 prospect, maybe one of them, and they could get the job done with Detroit to get Spencer Torkelson. And if he performs good he has a very high ceiling. Like he was the number one overall pick, so he has great potential, but he hasn't really shown it yet. So we don't really know what we would get out of him if we did trade for him. But I would be excited to get him. He could be good for us. A great power bat, which we kind of need. Um, but yeah, not a great average guy. So I'm a little concerned about that. If we do trade a Rise and replace a Rise for him, that'd be like a downgrade a lot. But yeah, I think he could be a good fit. And talking about a good fit is Roki Sasaki. Roki Sasaki would give us so much for this organization. We'd have him for 6 years, making league minimum basically, and he is friends with Yu Darvish, so that kind of gives us a big lead on him. The Padres have not met with him this offseason, so that's kind of concerning, and the Dodgers too haven't met with him, so um don't know what's gonna happen. But if we do get him, he's only 23 years old, so he's very young. He's a great pitcher. We could really use him. Um, what else? What else? He's young. He throws 102 miles per hour. He's friends with Yu Darvish, so I think he wants to go to a contender, but a small market team because he doesn't really want to be in the spotlight. And if he goes to the Padres, that'd be perfect. We're not really a big market team like the Dodgers, and we have his teammates from the past, and that'd be perfect. Like, and that if we do get him, we could trade Cease, get a bunch of other, maybe get some more prospects from Cease, a big haul for him, and that'd be perfect. Um, let's go to our next guy, which is a bullpen piece, which we need, and that we could trade for is David Bednar. David Bednar had a career worst season last season at a 5.77 ERA with a negative 0.9 WAR. Um, he pitched 57.2 innings, 58 strikeouts, so his strikeouts are okay. Um, but he's shown great like potential in the past. 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, he pitched at a 2 ERA. He was like the best bullpen piece, the best closer in baseball for a little bit. If Padres can get that version of him, that would be perfect. He is if the I don't know if the Pirates want to trade him now because he has 2 seasons left, and if they trade him now, he's at like his like worst value because he had the worst season of his career. But if Padres do get that done, they'll get him for very cheap. And he was with the Padres like in the 19 and 20 season, pitched terrible for them. But we have Ruben Niebla, so I think Ruben Niebla could adjust some stuff to make him back to his prime form. And if we do get him, that'd be Estrada, Jason Adam, Robert Suarez, and David Bednar, which they would all have like mid 2 ERAs, and that'd be amazing for his bullpen. That'd be lights out. That'd be like our replacement for Tanner Scott, but at a way cheaper price. And yeah, that'd be perfect for the bullpen. He seems like a vibes guy. I've seen some interviews with him. Be perfect. And what also we need is a 4 to 5 starter, and I think a reunion with Mike Clevenger would be perfect for that. Um, he's a pretty good. He has a career 3.51 ERA, 100, 819 strikeouts. He pitched with the White Sox the past 2 seasons. He did pretty bad with them, but it was the White Sox. And I, okay, we'll talk about that later. But um, yeah, he'd be a good vibes clubhouse guy. He was with the Padres a few seasons ago. Pitched okay with them. We kind of do need him though. Be perfect for us. We could use his reliability, his vibes, and yeah, that'd be a perfect guy for us. And the last guy I really want to talk about is another bullpen piece, and that is Scott Barlow. Scott Barlow was with the Cleveland Guardians last season. He pitched 55 innings with a 4.25 ERA. Nothing crazy, but he does get a lot of strikeouts. All right, For the last guy I want to talk about is a bullpen piece for the Padres that they could use is Scott Barlow. He's a free agent right now. He'd be pretty cheap at probably like $4 to $3 million. He had a 4.25 ERA, 55 innings pitched, 68 strikeouts, so he's a big strikeout guy. He seems like a very good vibes guy. I can tell when he's with the Padres. He came with some like goofy sandals, and yeah, everybody just loved him when he was there. Great guy to have. Um, we kind of need some depth in this bullpen, and we don't have very many bullpen pieces right now. So Scott Barlow would be perfect. Just like he'd be like a high leverage guy. Um, and yeah, that's kind of it. What I was talking about. And I will be posting a short later today about. I think the Dodgers just signed Teoscar Hernandez. So I look into that for a short. Make sure to tune into that. And please like and subscribe if you are interested in our content, and if you're a Padre fan, because we would deeply appreciate the support. And we're trying to grow this channel to 100 subscribers by about probably like June of 2025. But yeah, see you all in the next video, and peace.